All right, I'm Steve Crawford from Factor Theory Live in the Red Pill. I just decided I'm going to try once again. Refreshed my computer just to prove it wasn't some kind of fluke. Now let's see if I am on the search engine. Fact. Okay, as we see, there is nothing popping up saying Factor Theory Live. Or we've got Factor Fiction, Beyond Belief, Factor Fiction, Factor Opinion, Theory. Okay, see now it's doing what it did last time. Now puts Factor Theory Live right at the top. Look at that. I do not see anything. Does that say Factor Theory Live or does that say Fact versus Theory versus Hypothesis? Because my channel is called Factor Theory Live. So people be like, oh, scroll down more, man, and maybe it's in there. Well, you know what? Even if that's the case, which it's not, because you're going to see that in a minute, but even if it was, I typed in Factor Theory Live. That should have popped up. At the very least, if not one of my videos, it should have popped up the subscription button for my channel. But it didn't. Let's see if there's anything I'm missing that I could be clicking that it might be under. No. Okay, 6 more. Nope. 18 Dark Secrets. That's not Factor Theory Live. So where is it, right? Now I'm going through all this because I plan on suing YouTube for millions. Because a channel that has I'm not even going to say, let's say, okay, Officer Tatum, even I like that guy's channel, and he will do a super chat, and the guy will end up with a few grand from one super chat for an hour or 2 hour show. He made way more than that when he had Tom McDonald on. And all channels can do that, and they can also tell people, they can promote their websites and everything else through here. I can't do that because, as you see, you type in Factor Theory Live, it's not going to bring you up nothing. And they've been doing this for at least 7 years. So now you factor that in. At the beginning, I was getting hundreds of thousands of views right away. And and you can even, unless they fudged all those records in the analytics, dating back to when that changed. That's probably around the time they started removing me from this. And in all those years, there was like a 10-year-old who made $20 million in 1 year on YouTube. I think it was this year. So even being conservative about it, in the last 7 years, if I had taken off the way I should have, and the way a lot of people think I should have, including some of the celebrities that I interview, I should have easily made bare minimum $2 million in 7 years. That's very realistic when you take into account merchandising and super chats. And that's just money I could have got from YouTube. Upwards of, who knows, it could have been me getting offered the 100 million instead of Joe Rogan. Don't get me wrong, Joe Rogan's awesome. I love the guy. But you know what I'm saying? If I had stayed on and kept going, I would have got better and better, and I would easily be as good as Joe Rogan. And I would have a similar sized audience. I believe, at least. And I've got reason to believe this. So even being conservative about it, I'm going to ask for 50 million from the courts. Get them to think they can offer me 5 to go away, but take it all the way there and see how much I really can get from it. Because this is bullshit. They shouldn't be able to do this to anybody. And now, yeah, I'm in Canada, but still, YouTube, YouTube.ca, right up here at the top left. Okay, this is the Canadian representation of YouTube. That's who I'm going to be taking on. because they have stopped me from being seen worldwide. And they are a worldwide conglomerate and agents of both the American and Canadian, hell, all governments. They are government agents because they act under their mandates and they suppress our free speech. So, yeah, YouTube, if you guys are listening to me even right now, even if I've got enough video and enough picture clips of it, screenshots, to prove that that's what they've done. And I'm still not done yet. So we're at Factor Theory Live, right? And there's nothing here that says Factor Theory Live. Not even a thing for that leads to my page, let alone a video. Still nothing. Keep going. Keep going. You know, see, I'm getting tired of going. By now, would you have given up? Most people would give it up by now, right? Well, this guy told me to check out his channel, Factor Theory Live. Type it in, and you scroll down, you get this far down. Maybe even you're ambitious, and you go further, and then it keeps, the little gray thing keeps popping back up. And I'm still not there anywhere, not even a video. Ridiculous. So yeah. Actually, I'm going to ask for money and maybe shares. Actually, no, forget that. Just money. Shares that's bullshit. No, I'm going to ask for gold. Your Honor, I want $20 million in gold. Okay, so now back up here and let's add my name to it. Okay. Well, see, I'm looking at Factor Theory Live or Steve Crawford. Does this say Factor Theory Live or Steve Crawford? Does this? That's Dave Chappelle. He don't look nothing like me. None of this is Steve Crawford or Factor Theory Live. So there you have it. They have removed me from this search engine completely. And they can try to say that I broke community guidelines. The community guidelines change daily. I'm not going to get on here every single day and spend a couple hours or a full day going through their new updates to their new snowflake guidelines. Everything on my channel is commentary, and I have a right to commentary. If all these other channels and channels that have they're pedophile channels, for Christ's sakes. Pedophiles and Zionists and everybody else can say whatever they want as long as they're hating on Trump and conservatives. But I'm not even a conservative, guys. Stick that in your friggin' hat. I'm center. I used to be liberal. Proud liberal. I used to make fun of conservatives. And then all this nonsense started. Snapped me onto the fence, well, popped me in the middle. Made me realize I was actually always a little more in the middle. But that doesn't help when the fight's between the right and the left, does it? What happens to us poor schmucks in the center? Especially if I'm a white 51-year-old man. Going on 52. Stuck on a disability pension because I honestly believe at this point in time that Project Looking Glass is a real thing. They used it, spotted me out. I had a guy who claimed to be part of Q, who was a friend of mine, who for years, I've known the guy for years. He was always kind of secretive, and anytime I ever tried to talk to him about conspiracy stuff, he'd shut me down and say, dude, I have zero interest in conspiracies. And this is the guy who came to me and gave me $300 saying the number was significant and it was sent from a very, very wealthy friend of his that is a member of Q. and he said he was recruited by them too. Just into a bunch of stuff, got into my missing time, got into things that this dude had no business knowing about me. And I think they used it to find out that I was going to be a guy that once I got through, I think I was supposed to be famous as a singer first. I really do believe that. And I think that once I got through my drunken stupor phase, I was going to wake up and help a lot of people, bring a lot of noise to all of these issues. And they saw that shit. And that's why they've been, look, I'm stuck on a disability pension, for Christ's sakes. They're trying to, they could take me off a disability just for the things I say about the government and Justine Trudeau and fat bastard Doug Ford. They could really, right, properly screw me, and I can't have that. So I need to be able to monetize it, and even PayPal. I've had people tell me they've sent me money, $5 donation here, $10 there. I've never received any of it. Anybody out there does want to help me be able to raise the funds to be able to get a lawyer to fight YouTube and the government for what's going on with COVID, because that's exactly what I would have been doing had I not been impeded at every turn from having some sort of financially secure future. If you guys are capable, $3 to $5 donation would be fantastic. At StephenAnger at hotmail.com for email transfers. That's pretty much the only way, or you could mail me a money order. That would be about the only way I can get money without them stopping me from getting the money. And they could actually they'd probably figure out a way to stop me from getting the bank money at some point too. But yeah, because that's about the only thing I can think of. Like, I'm gonna keep plugging away regardless. But I really would love to, and if I can figure out a way to get at YouTube, because they hate me, and they hate a lot of people like me, and a lot of people like you listening. So it would be so cool if you can help me, whether it be by donating like $3 to $5 to me at some point, or even just by sharing, because like I've shown, they've taken me right off the search engine. So if you guys could even just help me by just sharing, helping get the word out that way, that would be phenomenal. But of course, money's groovy too. All right, Steve Crawford, Factor Theory Live, and The Red Pill. Actually, on January 2nd, I've got Brad Olson coming on. This coming weekend, I've got a couple musicians from my local area, the Niagara region, Niagara Falls area, Ontario, that are full-time musicians that make their living that way, that are being shut down, and have they're like-minded. They see the truth. They know that this is all a bunch of bull crap that's going on, and yet even people that have been friends and family members of theirs all their lives are trying to bully them into shutting up about vaccines. It's insane. That's going to be Paul Wheeler and Vince Abrunzo on this coming Sunday night, which is actually, because you guys don't know, you can't see a calendar right now, you don't know what day this is, the 26th of December, and January 2nd is Brad Olson, and I've also got Bruce Maccabee is going to be coming up probably the following week, sometime in January at least. So everybody out there listening, take care, stay positive. No matter what you hear, no matter what you think, stay positive, because it's the positive energy that's going to take them down. It truly is. Short of getting violent with them, positive energy is what's going to change. Your mood changes, and everybody's mood around you starts to lighten and change. It really does work that way. Have a great day.